more Aetherdrift. First one took a little bit. It's fine. We got our second. This is actually break number 4. It's break number 4. Let's show who's in the break. Christopher C coming in again with 4 spots there. Francisco A, Greg H, and both with 1, and Marie N with 2 spots. Let's do some random. Start with the colors. Dice roll. Roll it. More than 3. 6 is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Red on top, green on the bottom. Grab our names. Good luck, everybody. Dice roll. Roll it 9 times on the names.
So many. That's more than there are names.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Greg on top, Marie on the bottom.
Marie, you ain't first, you're last.
That's tough. Tough for Marie. All right, sort it. All right, Christopher C has black, Francisco with blue, Christopher with colorless, Marie with green and land/token, Christopher with multicolored, Greg with red, and Christopher with whites.
It is weird to me that you sort this by color name and not like person name.
Yeah, that's
to put all the Christophers together and all the Maries. I mean, Marie happened to land together, but like.
That's whatever.
Yeah, I did it once by color wheel, the white, blue, black, red, green, and then the rest. And they were like, "Yeah, we do it."
Yeah, we got you, Johnny. We got your box in here. We got some magic breaks, but there are 2 that are not sold out currently, so we'll have some time for you. Don't worry. All right, guys, this is box number 4. Let's do it. Yeah, we'll get you in the queue, Johnny. No problem at all.
You can just toss the trash over here. I'll get into the trash can. Slingshot engaged.
All right, there's our box topper.
Saving that for last.
Never got Ricky Bobby's name, though. It's his name. It's just Ricky Bobby.
Oh, I'm Joe from Dave and Adams.
Yes, this is Joe.
Yeah.
This is Joe. He's our...
I like to think I'm important, and I certainly tell people that.
Head gaming buyer, correct?
Yeah.
Our head gaming buyer, level 5 magic judge. So if you have any magic questions, now is the time to ask. You also,
Point the way I like a lot, actually. Like,
search first enchantment, search library for X basic lands, or X is your speed. That's not bad.
yeah. Sky, go ahead and ask the question. Oh, I don't know. Did you put an air tag with them? If you put an air tag with them, you can use. Where's my air tag?
Need more Fallout, says PG. Legoran, Rover Blades.
Get it? They're like
Guide,
rollerblades,
light.
but
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got you. Gastro Blockbuster, Siphon Fuel, Thornwood Falls.
I really liked the Fallout set like a lot because I played far too much Fallout.
Oh, yeah. There's Far Fortune again. Another Gas Guzzler. Ret Tomb. Mindspring Merfolk. Hull Drifter. And Spot Cycle Scouter. So I'm assuming these full art commons and uncommons, there's probably only a certain amount because you've seen a lot of doubles of these.
Well, it's also that the commons and uncommons are more common than the rares. So
Fair.
yeah, like there's not a huge variety of them, but that's why we're seeing so many of the same ones.
Fair.
PG, do you mean what do I judge, or like so like? I mean, I can play anything. That sounds like a thing a musician says to brag. But yeah, like I'm a Pokemon professor as well. I have no clue how to judge
Repurposing
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Bay. Repurposing Bay.
I have a pretty good idea how to handle Flesh and Blood, just because their policy is fairly similar to Magic. I don't know how Flesh and Blood works very well. Like that's the one that just falls right back out of my head. I've played One Piece. Oh, you missed it earlier when I was talking about I did a One Piece break by myself in a room with no chat on after being up all night with my sick kid, and I was like super sleep deprived and called him Monkey D One Piece, and then and that's gonna just stick around forever.
Boom Scholar. Boom Scholar. Gastral Raider. Wild Roads. Lucarian Jaguar. Stall Outs.
I think there's a Lacrian.
Alacrian, yep.
Which is an actual like adjective. It means
Ribclaw,
like,
Wrangler.
sharp, like perceptive or something like that, I think.
Okay. Night Market, yeah, that's on me for being dumb and not knowing how to read.
No worries. One of the things I like about Magic is when they introduce
Sunbillow
a word,
Verge.
and then everybody starts Googling that word. Like, original Amonkhet, they're like, cartouches. If you're like, what is a cartouche? And like, no, we didn't make that up. That's a real word.
District Mascots. Adaptive Omni Tool.
Spectacular pile up. It's so good.
It is a good
like,
card.
Everything loses
Haunted
indestructible and then
Hellride
gets destroyed.
and
Like,
Skybox Fairy.
I mean, I guess like you can throw some regeneration shields up if you have something that does that, but like, there's no saving yourself.
Yeah.
Like,
You're
it's up
kind of
there
on
with,
your own.
Like, you know, Final Judgment, 6-mana exile all creatures, and then like Terminus is 6-mana exile or put all creatures on the bottom with a miracle for 1.
Yep.
There's also what's it called? Hallowed Burial, I think is 5-mana Terminus with no miracle. So I mean, there are board wipes that are like completely unavoidable
Skyseer's Chariots.
because like there's indestructible and like there's no can't be exiled and no can't
Right,
be
right,
put on
right.
the bottom of your library effect. Cyclonic is also arguably a board wipe in that there's no can't be returned to hand from the battlefield effect either.
Dinosaur Dragon. Seems a little redundant. Earth Rumbler, trade the Helm. Thundering Broodwagon. Lightning Strike.
The Lightning Strike art is really good.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. I actually enjoy that a lot. Collision Course. Engine Rat. Has Death Touch.
That reminds me of the
For a 1-drop, you pay 5 and a black. Each opponent loses 2 life. That seems a lot.
well, it's
Seems
it's
like-
meant to be like some real late game value
Sure.
on your 1-mana 1/1 with Death Touch that like
Sure.
otherwise is just gonna like sort of sit around, but like so it can do something late game other than like
Sit there.
like jump block real well.
Oh, I forgot this.
Oh,
Ooh.
Hazardous.
Odd Seeker. What's really nice about this is, well, though it can't attack or block unless you have max speed, so it's literally impossible to have max speed on turn 2. But the fact that it has haste and a tap ability means you can draw it without having max speed and still get value out of the haste. Because like that was the big problem with the old Hazoret was it had haste.
Does Joe know
Yes.
more about Magic than T?
1000%. Yes, absolutely. 1000%.
Nice.
1000%.
Yeah, so like old Hazoret couldn't attack or block unless you had 1 or fewer cards in hand, colloquially called heck bent. And so the problem was like if you had 2 cards left when you played it on turn 4, you couldn't do anything with it. And so like the haste was useless because turn 5, well, what good did the haste do last turn?
Prophet of the Scarab. When he
That can draw
ETBs.
so many cards.
Draw cards equal to the number of zombies you control or the number of zombie cards in your graveyard, whichever is greater. Okay.
Nope, that's not an optional. So like if somebody like traumatizes you in response, like and you're like, oh, now I have to draw 50 cards. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
just dead. Like
Marshall's Path Cruiser and Apocalypse Runner. Forgot Hazard came back. Did all of them come back in this?
I don't think no. Hazoret survived in the first one.
That's right. Yeah, Hazard was
yeah.
I believe was the only one that
Yeah,
survived.
Hazoret lost an arm. That's why the 2 arms are different.
One is the Lazatep.
Yeah. But yeah, like the Scorpion God came out and just like immediately killed Bantu and Kefnet. I think Ronus put up a little bit of a fight. Oketra died pretty fast, and then like Hazoret lost an arm and won the fight.
Oh, let's go! Look at
This card
that!
is nuts.
Ketramos, the New Dawn. Look at that.
Yeah. Borderless foil.
He's got to be up there. That loot.
Yeah, that loot showcase is pretty good.
All right.
first place foil.
There he is. Borderless. 35, about 35, 36 bucks.
Yeah. But so like,
That's cool.
really good stuff about this is like, you know, if your graveyard gets exiled, you draw a card and lose. You lose a life, right?
Yeah,
you draw a
one
card.
more
and lose.
card.
It'd be like way too good if it was like you draw a card and your opponent loses 1 life. But like, you know, so if they, you know, Tormod's Crypt you or something like that, you get to draw a card. But like, what's really helpful with this is just doing things incrementally. Like if you are blinking like just one creature over and over, you get to draw a card each time. It's also only during your turn, though. I guess is like kind of fair.
That'll probably rise after Friday, probably.
Yeah.
That's a really sick art for Ketchermos. That's sick. Yeah, Ketchermos he's fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And we got the Hazard too. We got 2 gods.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Not too shabby at all.
Yeah, it's like we were talking about earlier. The Locust God in the story comes out, unleashes a bunch of the locusts that then eat the Heckma to let all the desert stuff come in and just ruin the city of Amonkhet. At least I think it's the city of Amonkhet. It's the plain of Amonkhet. I think
Plain of Amonkhet.
I think the city's also called Amonkhet.
I think
like,
you might be right.
Sort of like New York, but what's funny is like from a gameplay perspective, the protection of the Heckma stops 1 damage from each source. So a bunch of 1/1 scarabs. Or a bunch of 1/1 locusts literally can't do anything.
Don't do anything.
Just get completely bricked. It's the exact opposite of like devouring it.
All right, Forest. Push the limits. Sheffit's Arcfiend. Veteran Beast Rider.
-2/-2 is like you're probably like cycling that much more often. But
Probably.
Maybe it sees some play in the living end to like, oh no, they have some small stuff in their graveyard. I'll try and take it out, but probably doesn't go anywhere.
Summits. Samut's coming back as well.
I think like plus XO where X is your speed and costs X less to cast where X is your speed. It's like pretty nuts if you think about it.
Yeah.
It's also 6 mana, but like it's a 4/5 first strike vigilance haste.
Yeah.
Well. Like,
that's pretty good.
Notably, for anybody who doesn't know, start your engines. It sets your speed to 1, and although you can only increase your speed once per turn, that doesn't count as increasing your speed there. And so you can get
right away off to 2.
ping them for something, and then go up to 2.
Here's the Burnout Bastronauts Goblin Warrior.
Also, I just realized because it starts your engines immediately, like it attacks as a 5/5 the turn it comes in, because like that should already be on.
Yep. Etheric Amplifier. Monuments to Endurance. Dune Drifter and Spire Mech Cycle.
It's funny that they mentioned vintage on Dune Drifter, because like, you know, X can be 0 and you get back Black Lotus in vintage. I don't think that's good enough. Like a blue black or a white black 2-drop to get back your Lotus. Like, I mean, Lotus plus Luris was like such a huge problem, because like you before the nerfing, it was just Lotus, get Luris, replay Lotus, pass, and you're just like, oh no, this person's gonna have 2 Lotuses next turn.
Yep. All right, what have we here? Another debris beetle.
Yep, the dung beetle.
Another debris beetle. Yep, the dung beetle.
My kid said something funny that I am reminded of with the dung beetle, but I don't think I should say it in chat. Like,
Island. Their island there. Love how you can see one of the vehicles jumping like that little bridge right there. It's fun.
those bridges seem like a big boggle. Broadside Barrage. I really like this card because like 5 mana, maybe loot, is like pretty good. Oh no, it's automatically loot. But like 3 mana instant is like pretty high up there.
Plus it targets planeswalkers, which there's not a ton of stuff that targets planeswalkers. So that definitely helps as well.
Yeah. like people were saying if Pioneer was still a format, there'd be a huge debate over whether that goes into Phoenix.
Cloudspire Sky Cycle, Intimidation Tactics.
Scythe, I'm not sure I understand your question about cards go to the color of the card or the mana color. Like it's
It's the mana. It's mana color. We do it based off of the casting colors. So like the one colorless where it has Wooburg, it'll still go to colorless because it has
no colored mana in the casting.
Yes.
Or the
Packdoll Terror. Look at that. That is incredible.
I mean, it's kind of moot because it's already multicolored, but like the black white with a blue activated ability would go with multicolored.
Right.
Even if it was for some reason like white with an activated ability in blue.
It'll go to multicolor. Multicolor has its own. Multicolor is its own spot. Sky Sears Chariots.
That's so cool looking. Is that a
Yeah.
secretary bird?
Yeah, we got a foil one earlier. Wizen Mentor.
Making the one only once a turn.
District Mascot.
Oh,
there he is.
Yep,
There's our dog mount.
There's the normal version of it. Hey, I'm Joe.
This is Joe. He's our head gaming buyer, broadcast rambler, and hull drifter.
I'm doing the rambling here today.
Hey. That's what you're here for. You didn't fire Money. No, Money Mike's out. This is just Joe, our head gaming buyer, vast magic knower. He's a level 5 magic judge. So again, if you have any magic questions, today is the day to get your knowledge up. He has branding all over him. Well, it's because he's dressed up as Ricky Bobby, because this is Aetherdrift is obviously a racing set. You need discount codes. No.
That's not a magic question.
Full throttle. Look at
So many combat phases.
after this main. There are 2 additional combat phases. Beginning of each combat this turn. Jeez.
Untap all creatures that attack too. So,
Oh
like,
my god.
It's so good. It is a little.
This card would go really crazy with Najila.
Yeah. It's really good because like the creatures don't have to be in play or have already attacked.
Morning, William. Should I grade the Radiant Lotus?
If you want to. Like, that's usually the short version. Like if you think
I don't
it'll
see
10,
that. I don't
you
see
could-
that much like graded Magic. I feel like it's not like a huge.
Yeah, like for modern cards, like pack fresh 10s is not like out of the realm of
Yeah.
expectations. The reason why like people are grading like the older stuff more is because a combination of like these cards are meant to be played on a sidewalk and they're old, so getting like a very very mint copy is harder.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's fair.
Even if you get like a fresh pack like out of the pack on average or something like an 8.5, just by virtue of like the surfaces scuffing against each other over the course of the past
Of 30 years.
Yeah, I was trying to do the exact math because it came out like December '93. No wait, August 5th, 1993.
31 and a half years
yeah.
then.
Yeah, it's been a bit. Defend the Rider is like one of
Tyrox.
Anthony's favorite cards because it's like it's got hexproof to like save some stuff, but also it's got make a 1/1, so he's like this can go in like a combat tricks deck where you draw a hand of like all combat tricks. Its flip side is make a 1/1.
Okay. Tyrox, Dinosaur Warrior,
2 and a 4/1.
Catalyst Synergist, Kickoff Celebrations, Broadcast Rambler, Bloodfell Caves, Skystreak Engineer.
We have somehow still not pulled the common I keep wanting to talk about. I won't even say what it is.
Wu Yang Ling, Wind Rider. Got that earlier. Pretty good. Demonic Junker. Affinity for Artifacts.
Like I could see that being a
Team of
thing
Trailblazer.
in like maybe some modern affinity decks like come in destroy their thing. If they somehow lock down your thing,
Argonda
destroy
Raceway,
it, get some.
Rangers Refueler,
back-end
and
benefit.
Rocketeer Boost Buggy. Fair enough.
Actually, a little surprised they didn't go like full meme and make like a rubber baby buggy bumpers.
Oh,
card.
I'm kind of surprised by it as well.
I also really want us to pull a Radiant Lotus. I have like so much to talk about with that card, but I'm not going to talk about it until we get it.
All right. And okay,
Ooh.
Pathbreaker Ibex. Got the
So
goat.
Good. Like,
Every creature attacks, creature you control, gain trample and get +X/+X. X's greatest power among creatures you control.
notably, it's creatures, not attacking creatures you control.
Yes.
So, like, if you played that on turn 6, and then you just drop, like, you know, a 12 mana thing with, you know, or a 12 power thing with Summoning Sickness, that attacks him plus 12 12s,
Wow.
your whole board.
And it's
trample,
mono
like,
green. Like you can find big bonky stuff in mono green like there's no tomorrow. All right, that's cool.
What's really funny is if you get those in multiples, it's like it escalates so hard because the first one gets, like, let's say your big creature's a 7/7, and you attack with 2 of them. Everything gets +7/+7, and then the second one checks and sees, okay, I've got a 14/14.
Jeez.
So like everything gets +21/21, and you're like, that's probably gone. Like it just everybody's just gonna die, right?
Yep. Yeah, that can get out of control very quickly. Saw Radiant Lotus on Aetherdrift break 1 last week. Yep, on last Friday for pre-release. I know Michael did grab one. There's our swamp.
It does look really nice, even though it
It
doesn't look
does.
like a swamp.
Haunt the Network. Wicker Folk, Indomitable. Sabotage Strategist. Hazard of the Dunes. Egg-making Artillerist.
I'm actually a little mad that they didn't come up with something where Hazaret's being the hazard, it's just Hazard of the Hazaret, like,
Ah, yeah.
or Hazaret the Hazardous, like, so many
Swiftwing.
names they could have done.
Blossoming Sands. There's Zombie.
Every time I see Zombie, it makes me think of the Cranberries song that people keep playing at Halloween, even though it's about, like, the Irish Troubles and
Yes.
not, like,
Explosive Getaway.
Explosive Getaway. is the
Duretti. Rocketeer Engineer.
Like that's Duretti's so abusable because it's like any artifact in your graveyard, like, and then you get it back, and so the cool part about it is you choose a target artifact, and then if they remove it in response, you don't have to sacrifice the thing. By the time you sacrifice the thing, because it's you may, and then if you do, you're making that choice on resolution, so they can't blow you out by you sacrifice the thing and then they eat what you're trying to bring back.
Yep. Lost Monarch of Ifnir. Other zombies you control have Afflict 3. That's interesting. Beginning of your second main phase, for player was dealt combat damage by a zombie this turn. Mill 3 cards. You may return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand.
That's okay. Like,
it's not bad.
everything having Afflict 3 is just, like, that's the real juice on that card because, like, okay, do you want to block any of these 2/2 zombies or you're going to take 3 life blocking them? Like,
Yeah.
combo that with some sort of curiosity effect so that you're just like, all right, do you want to take
Red
2
shift.
and I draw a card or take 3 for blocking?
Apocalypse
I
Runner.
love double-digit mana cost activated abilities. Like, it's just so silly. Let's hope in these last 5 packs plus a box topper we hit Radiant Lotus so I can talk about it. If we don't, I'll talk about it at the end. But like,
We still got one more break. We're good. Still got one more break.
oh yeah,
We still got one more break.
somebody got something.
And Agnosaur Rex. Agnosaur Rex. You cycle this card, put two +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target creature or vehicle, gains trample and indestructible until end of turn.
Jeez. Is that
Jeez.
supposed to be? Wait, hold on. Can I see that? This might supposed to be a Gonosaur instead of a Gonosaur. Like there's a thing called agonal breathing, which is where like you're in trauma and like not able to like breathe normally. I think that's what it's supposed to be, but it doesn't make a ton of sense as the name. A Cornosaurus Rex, also a hysterical way to like misread that card.
All right, there's our planes.
With Bantu space.
Dredger's Insights. Dracosaur Auxiliary. Pride of the Road. Wreck Remover. Stoke Greatness.
Aw, look at that little guy.
Oh, so that's how he becomes the mounts. Target creature gains +4/+4 and gains trample until end of turn.
Yeah, that would let a corgi not get smushed.
Fair. Yeah, yeah. Rides End. Pilots. Captain Howler. Captain Howler, we got the Shark Pirate.
This card is so fun. Like just look at it. It's
Or
just
2,
street
pay
sharks.
2. Oh, yeah. You discard one or more cards. Target creature gets +2/+0. For each card discarded this way, whenever that creature deals combat damage, you draw a card. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, there's no limit to that over a turn. So like Wheel of Fortune, you might deal out a +14/0, but also if you just discard them one at a time, it's still actually better to discard them one at a time because
Yeah.
then you can spread out the 14 power.
Debris Beetle. Temets. Noctimon's Will. Vigilance Menace. Whenever you attack, just draw a card, then discard a card. Whenever you draw a card, zombies you control get +1/+1 until end of turn.
Yeah, there's this card called
pretty good.
Brainstorm that feels problematic with this card.
Yeah. 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 Possession Engine.
Does that keep the creature until
Vehicle enters, gain control of target creature and opponent controls for as long as you control this vehicle. That creature can attack or block for as long as you control this vehicle.
but that creature can crew your vehicle?
Air response units and burner rockets.
I'm actually getting confused how we haven't pulled the card I want to talk about. And I don't mean the Radiant Lotus. Like
You
that,
said it's
that
a
makes
common, right?
Yeah, like maybe it's an uncommon, but like still, like we're almost 2 full boxes in.
Yeah.
Like if we get through all 3 boxes without it, I'm gonna assume I'm somehow wrong about what set it's from, even though it's definitely this set. Well, maybe I suppose it could be one of those weird like structure deck cards that like still technically the set,
Yeah.
but just isn't in a booster pack. That's like how Borrowstrong did.
And
hey,
there's
it's
a Duretti.
Duretti again. I already did
Another
that whole
Duretti.
spiel on it.
Another Duretti there.
Rocketeer Engineer. This guy's got so many E's in this name here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 E's. I only have 6 E's in my name.
Okay. I did math real quick there. I did math real quick. Forest, Rangers, Ether Hive.
Clarifying that there's more to my name than Joe Steed. It's
Yes.
not just 5 E's in Steed.
Transit Mage. Risen, Necro Agents. Walking Sarcophagus. Pedal to the Metal. Spinouts. Guide Lights Optimizer.
So
Angel.
many Angel of Sanctions tokens.
Another Full Throttle.
So good. Look how happy Loot is.
I know, he's so... I mean, he's hanging out with Chandra. I'd be happy
He's
too.
actually like climbing on her.
Yeah, like
She's-
hanging out with Chandra.
She's throwing a punch, and he's like, "I'm in the way."
Yep. I'm just here.
Reminds me
hanging
a lot
out.
of Gur from
A little bit. A little
Invader
bit.
Zim. Blood gas special.
That's
Oh
cool.
wait, no, not special. Gas just is in the set. Like, it's so weird to me that they reprinted blood gas. It doesn't-
Vortic Lebsky. All right, Blood Gas.
My friend always.
There's a
alternates-
Nissa.
Ooh, this is so fun if you get like.
Never lane you control. Okay. May pay 8 energy rather than pay the mana. Okay.
Because like, I mean, you can go Nissa, then the next turn just like any of the 4-mana explosive vegetation
Yeah.
variants. Get your. Oh wait, no, that's only 4 energy.
Speed Demon.
And like play in Crack a Fetch, do all that. Boom, that's 8 energy right there the next turn.
Yeah.
You get to just play some big permanent for 8 energy. Speed Demon I like a lot. Feels like it sort of obsoletes Blood Gift Demon in EDH, which was, it's a 5/4 for 5 without trample, doesn't have start your engines, and just says like at your upkeep, lose a life, draw a card.
Yeah.
But this is beginning of your end step, and it can go higher. So like, and it has trample. Like it seems like just so much better.
Definitely seems way better.
Because this will draw, like, unless they remove it, this will draw a card that
and
comes in.
Ripclaw. Yep.
Plus, if your speed's already greater than stuff, it's not like the initiative where start your engines will increase your speed again. It just makes it so that it is 1 if it wasn't.
Yeah, we're already starting with 1. Yeah.
You have to get them 3 times, across 3 turns to get your speed up to max. But man, that would be way too good of a mechanic if every start your engine increases your speed by 1. Like,
yeah, that would be. I feel like that would be a little too broken if it did that.
Because like that's part of the issue with the initiative in like Vintage and stuff was that like everything that says like with initiative was if you don't have the
Far
initiative,
Fortune.
You either gain the initiative and move forward in the dungeon, or if you already have it, move forward 1 extra in the dungeon.
Yeah.
So it's just like it just doesn't like stop being value even once you already have it.
Sorry, Joe. Mountain. Plow through. Road Rage. Rocky Roads. Ticket Tortoise. Admit 1, enjoy the race. Gilded Goda. Leonin Surveyor. Deathless Pilot.
Pilot.
Another loot.
Another loot.
Another loot.
This card's just so ridiculous. Like,
Another loot. Yeah,
it's-
he's
it's-
great.
Spectacular
Spectacular pile up on the
still
borderless.
So good. Like Territorial Ether also good.
Yeah.
Like the really nice part about that kite is that because you can pay any amount of energy, you can like really try and tune it.
Yep.
Draconautics Engineer also seeing play in the Agatha Soul Cauldron decks. Like you get these things into your graveyard, you get to haste your whole board, attack through, do all of the different loot things you want.
Yep. Clamorous Ironclad and Thundering Broodwagon.
My jaw just cracked like crazy.
I heard that.
Yeah,
I heard that.
I don't know if chat heard that.
I don't know if Mike's picked that one up, but that was loud.
Yeah, that hurt.
I have Quag
Another
Feast.
Quag Feast. I think
Quag
that was the-
Feast.
The first rare we got out of the first box.
I think you might be right. Quag Feast there. All right, 2 packs left. 2 packs left. We still haven't hit Joe's common yet.
I know.
For his joke. Swamp. Cloud Spire Coordinator. Stock up.
Stock up is actually pretty nice.
2 of them in your hand, rest on the bottom. It's basically
It's like just so much better than like Divination or Anticipate. Like Anticipate's an instant for 1 less, where you look at the top 3 and get 1. But like, I mean,
it's almost like Factor Fiction, where you make 2 piles, or not Factor Fiction, but
it's kind of like Dig Through Time, where you look
Yeah.
at the top 7 and pick 2. There's only 5. It's sorcery, but like still, I mean, like Divination is just like
There-
completely obsolete.
in,
by
in
this
blue
card.
there are ways to get where you can activate sorceries at instant speed.
Yeah. But like, I mean, this all because
Bounce
it's look at the top
off.
5 and put 2 into your hand. It's not drawn, so this
Yeah.
gets around Narset Parter Avails and other things that care about when you draw extra cards. Like that card's really good. Like Divination saw a ton of play last time it was in Standard. Or I mean,
Colodin. Executor first. Colodin. Launch vehicles
these
you
cards
control
are
of
just
haste.
Nuts. Like every mountain vehicle you play is immediately bonused and just swings immediately.
Yeah, because
That
vehicles
card's
become
crazy.
artifact creatures until end of turn. That's pretty good. Thunderous Velocipede. And there's a Temmet.
Ooh,
Nice
Like-
Temmet.
I keep saying like that thing with Brainstorm is just a problem.
Yeah. Bulwark Ox. An Ox Mount. Velohard Bike and Midnight Mangler.
I feel like a lot of cards on the back end here, like as in like more cards after the token.
Yeah. And it doesn't seem like the card right after the token is always like the best one in the stack.
It's
Oh.
theoretically like the best rarity, I think, but I'd have to actually like. I do like just the build, the anticipation. It's definitely not the last card. The last cards are like the non-foil extended art, like common uncommons, I think.
All right. And there he is.
All right, yeah, that's the best card back.
There he is. This
That's at
is
30-something
base loot.
bucks.
Yep. This is the regular loot. I think it's more. It's the regular loot showcase. Yeah, sitting about 50. Market price is 50 on the English loot.
Oh, and that's foil.
There we go.
Yeah, I didn't notice that was foil. I was too excited about it.
Very nice. Who's got multicolor? Christopher C has multicolor in this break as well. Very nice. Nice loot there.
It is weird to me that the green ability is not giant growth, but is Black Lotus. Like,
Yeah.
it makes some sense because like putting giant growth on a creature can tap to give giant growth. Like, well, one on that is pretty insane because it could just attack for 10.
Yeah, that's true.
They just don't block. Alright, cool. It's a 5/5 with double strike. Get wrecked. Like,
All right, nice loot. That's good. That's a nice hit there for our guy Chris.
at
All right,
the,
last pack before we get into the box topper.
oh yeah. We're gonna spike my common.
Already passed by the land I did. So our planes. Rotting Mako. More shark
That's it.
pirates.
Yeah, whenever you
Discard
discard
one.
one or more cards, that many one
Okay.
counters. So like in Commander, you Wheel of Fortune, somebody else Wheel of Fortunes, like you're gonna
A lot of
put
cycling in this set I've noticed as
yeah,
well.
you're like this is gonna get real big, real fast.
Yeah,
it's
it
a
can-
1-mana 1/1 with
Yeah.
so much upside because it also one or more that many. So you don't even care about like how this like parts out. You don't. It's not on once per turn. Like that card can get real big. I mean, not that fast, but like
It
comparatively
could.
Fast.
Nimble, Thopterist, Mutant Surveyor, Right Field Mustang. Here's our Insect, Hairless Snare, Gastral Thrill Roller, there. Enters, becomes an artifact creature until end of turn. 2 and a red, discard a card, return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Stride Hanger Automaton.
All these things that make the same
Thopters
number
you
of
control
tokens
get +1/+1. Okay.
plus an extra token.
Yep.
Like they tend to go pretty insane. 'Cause,
Yes.
Like, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that incidentally like makes a food or a treasure token. Now you're making a food and a 1/1 or a treasure and a 1/1.
Demonic Junker. Burner Rockets and Marshall's Path Cruiser.
In the movie Talladega Nights, there's an ad by Will Ferrell for chewing gum. That also, if you know the joke, you'll understand why I'm not saying it. But I'm the only person in my family not allergic to that. Chewing
Oh, the Mind Plasm.
Oh, it's so good.
The Mimeoplasm Revered One.
I like it a lot better as the Mind Plasm. Just trapped in an invisible box of emotion. Oh.
Eating all those dinosaurs there. Or whatever creatures those claim to be.
It eats everything. Like the first.
Exile up to X creature cards from your graveyard. Enters with 3 +1/+1 counters on it for each creature card exiled this way. Okay.
And then it can just keep changing
Comes
across
a copy
them.
of target creature card exile accepted 0/0 and has this ability. Okay.
Yeah, so it can keep copying into different things. Like, that card's really powerful if there's enough stuff in graveyard. But also importantly, it's an as it enters. So, like, there's a couple of ways to shut that off. But,
Yes.
like, not easily.
All right. Now we have our box stopper. We get our Radiance. We get the Radiant Lotus. Come on. Super glued.
Usually I'm discussing kind of the shame I'm bringing to my family when I can't open these packs.
It's a forest. There's a forest there. And the Maragonda Raceway. Maragonda Raceway there on the gold. Maybe?
I feel it, because
Maybe.
I definitely
We didn't get the forest.
Yeah, I definitely talked about Murganda Raceway
We
as
did.
being like pretty useful because like it still taps for colorless even though you don't have max speed. And like, I mean, max speed's probably a little harder to get a hold of than like 4 lands like Temple of the False God, but probably a lot easier than 7 lands like the I can't remember what the Eldrazi version of it is called, the Temple of the Forsaken Gods maybe.
All right, there we go. Thank you guys so much for buying this breakout. Much appreciated as always. We have one more coming up.